Hello, and welcome to the Boyd Life. Today, our subject is not one that we like to talk about, dwell on too much, but it's one that is very, very dire, not only in the United States, but all over the world. Today, we're going to talk about human trafficking.
So stay tuned.
Hello, welcome to the Boyd Life. This is Life with Rick and Marta, where we will be discussing practically anything, any subject. It just really isn't off limits. We are expressing our views, opinions, and thoughts on various subjects, and it could be good, bad, or anything in between. Okay, so that's what's up with the Boyd Life. And let me point out this disclaimer. The views expressed on this channel may or may not be 100% factual. Anything goes, so have fun and be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below.
Okay, today we're talking about human trafficking. It's been on the news quite a bit. There's a new movie out, and what's the movie called, Marta?
The Sound of Freedom. It stars Jim Caviezel. I apologize if I mispronounce his last name, but it's about Tim Ballard. It's based on a true story. And it comes out in theaters. They said it opens
Today,
July 4th. Very much worth seeing.
We haven't seen it yet, but we
it
plan
just came out. But
so we plan to see it. But it's kind of a sobering story, and Marta's going to talk about more of that.
Well, we've been aware of it for quite some time because when we lived down in Texas, they talked about on the news that the number one crime, you'd think it would be drugs, and not promise me, I promise you that drugs are probably number two. But the first and foremost crime taking place was human trafficking. And it's of adults, anybody, male, female.
And it's not just migrants.
Children.
It's just not migrants.
No, it is not
it
just
happens to
illegals or the homeless. It's nothing like that. You have to be aware all the time. There have been women who have talked about it. Evidently, they will go 2 or 3 of them or whatever. It could be. I've had stories of people going to Walmart. Women, I've heard more of than men, but it happens to men. Trust me, and boys and stuff. But there'll be something on their windshield or something on their car door handle or something else, and it could be laced with something that makes them pass out, and then they get them.
And then they take them, and then they shop them around in human trafficking. What they do, the human traffickers, what they do is they take people and they categorize them, and then they send them to different places. They sell them off to different places all over the world, and people who need workers, slaves, sex slaves, anything like that, which is pretty bad, but that's what's happening. And these people are never found again because they're put in places where they're threatened. A lot of them. We read a book. Marta's going to show that.
Oh yes. David Baldacci. We read his book. He's one of our favorite authors. The book is The Forgotten, and it touches. I mean, it's kind of about this subject.
It goes into that,
Yes.
because the story starts with one way and then goes in almost to human trafficking.
And he wrote this in, well, probably before 2012. Copyright is 2012 on The Forgotten. But when my husband, when Rick was talking about categories, they could use them for their organs. They could use them as mules and put drugs inside them. They can use them for sex. They could just use them as
Props.
servants.
Some of the kids are used as props, and what we mean by props is that a family buys like kids. That way they fit in neighborhoods, because if it's a neighborhood with a lot of adults with kids and they're drug dealers, they want to fit into these neighborhoods and not be suspected, so they buy these kids so they look like a family.
Terrorists might do that too, because you never know.
They
who
don't
would
treat
be.
the kids very well, but they have the kids as props.
But also porno movies, porn for pedophiles. They probably are on various secluded places. Children, as I've read a number of times and seen on the news, they may only last a couple of years, if they last that long, and that's just sad. And I was going to tell you one thing. This we'll probably learn so much, as well as all of you, if we go see The Sound of Freedom, because Tim Ballard worked for like Homeland Security, and he was. I think he was on the border, and he saw all these children coming into the United States with no one, and
with no one with them, and then they're released, and they don't know who they're released to. Sometimes when they just release them back over the border, then they're even worse, because then they get picked up by these gangs and trafficked one way or the other.
Well, anyway, in the movie, Jim Caviezel is portraying Tim Ballard, and this is what I read. Caviezel has a message for predators and all of these traffickers and others. God's children are no longer for sale, and we are not afraid, he said. Can we love God's children enough that we don't fear evil any longer, Christians? To me, that's a powerful statement.
Well, the reason we put out a video like this is just, and the reason of our channel is awareness. It's time for our group of people, which means the majority, to actually speak out instead of listen to all the other groups out there that make a lot of noise and get a lot of publicity and get a lot of their ideas put out there, whereas the majority sits back and listens and still has an opinion, but we're not out there expressing our opinion. And we know we're a majority.
Our voices aren't heard enough. I don't know if you can tell. I think we've kind of let you know that we're more conservative, if you couldn't tell. But it doesn't matter. Even if you're liberal or
it's still everybody's children.
Or anything, we're all the same, and Americans.
When they traffic people and steal people and do that, they don't care if you're a conservative, liberal, if you're any race. It doesn't matter. It involves everybody, and even though we have conservative views, we're open to views. So we're not so close. We want to get back to the America where people could express their opinions freely, no matter what way they express their opinions, as long as it's nonviolent and just talk. Listen to the other side.
Vulgar.
Listen to the other side. And express your opinion. Listen to the other's opinion, and then
you don't. You don't have to agree, right?
Right. You don't
always have
agree.
to agree.
They're-
We
they're-
never have in the past always agreed. We don't agree.
Just remember this. Back when we were kids, people said that if you have an opinion, 50% of the people are going to disagree, and 50% might agree. And that's what happens everywhere. Never, ever are you going to get 100% of people to agree with any opinion. People have opinions. That's why it's called opinions.
Well, it could be more than 50-50. I don't like putting a percentage
Well, no, it
on
just
it
can
like
be
that.
any percentage, but you can't have 100% agree.
It's like when we were in business, when we had our businesses, we said, let's see, how does this saying go? I'm not as good on sayings. Let me try it. You can make some of the people happy
Some of the time.
Some of the time, but you can't make
all the people happy all the time.
All the time. Something like that.
There's no way that you can do anything that's going to please everyone.
Everybody.
And if you think you can please everyone, you're going to have a quick reminder of the world the way it is. Yeah. Nobody is going to please everybody.
But the thing is, if you try to be nice, if you try to be helpful, if you are aware, you need to be aware of what's going on. And the number one offense in not only the United States, but all over the world is human trafficking. And we could say child trafficking, but then we're leaving out a whole array of teens and millennials, adults. They take other people, maybe some, we don't know what all they do with them, but we do know that they have ways of sorting them out.
And we're not trying to scare people, but just be aware. Be aware that there are people out there that aren't in your best interests, and don't give them opportunities.
And that's something too. It might be you, or you may know someone who has or believes that they've been targeted, but they haven't disappeared. Maybe you know someone that has disappeared.
Yeah.
Never to be seen or heard from again.
Just be aware of your surroundings. Always check and make sure that you're not in a bad situation. That if you're, always protect yourself and look around and scan around, because not everybody out there is looking
nice, law-abiding citizens.
Yes,
right?
That's right. There's not. Especially now. I mean, you can see what's happening in our cities, in our stores, where people just come in and steal, and they walk out, and it's fine.
That's another story.
Yeah, that's another story that we'll get into.
Another story. But we want to have your input, your opinions. If you have any information to share, please do so. Like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We're going to get into a lot of various subjects and
like I said, our channel is about making people aware of different things out there, and that it's a good thing to talk about it, and it's a good thing to think about it, and about your surroundings and what you're doing. And so we're just trying to make people aware, the side out there, that we're sharing our opinions, but our opinions, we're all also willing to listen to other opinions.
Well, who knows if they matter? They matter to us, our opinions do. But just consider it conversation with the Boyts.
Yeah, it's the Boyd life. It's
is.
everybody's life. It's the Boyd life. That's the way we think too. And so if you like our content, like Marta says, think about sharing, telling other people about our channel.
Yes.
And like I said, we're going to have a whole bunch of different subjects. And this is one we thought we should bring up. So,
today was especially important because of the Sound of Freedom coming out at theaters, being released today. I think I heard around 3,500 screens across the country, and they want to raise money for, oh gosh,
For the kids.
It's an operation that they have. So the more they can raise, and then I heard one other thing. They may have the Sound of Freedom too, because there's probably so much that they couldn't even begin to cover everything in one film. Like maybe it's a 2 hour and a half, 2 hour movie. I don't know. But today was July 4th and our Independence Day. And that is something that we have to treasure, America, is our freedom, our rights, and our independence. Happy 4th of July.
And we'll see you out on the road. Remember, subscribe, share, and like and comment.
And comment.
We'll see you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.